Hi friends, today I wanted to give you a little bit of a walkthrough of the 2026 Kinbors. I have two of the week size and I also have the A5 Techo. So I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm going to walk through the layouts and we're also going to do a pen test. Kinbor is a very new planner to me. I know there's people who love Kinbors and they get them every year, but I just learned about the Kinbor a couple months ago and I seen their 2026 releases and I just loved so many of the covers and I'm really excited. I think this might be my planner for 2026. We will see, but let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with the weeks since it is right here. Put that to the side. These are the two covers that really stuck out to me, and by the way, I got all three of these almost half the price of one Hobonichi cousin, which is crazy. And I had somebody ask me about tariffs, and I did not have to pay anything. I've had these for a little bit now, and so far so good. And if you look on AliExpress's website, it does say that the import charge is included. So far so good. I haven't had to pay any type of tariffs or tax or anything like that. So whatever you pay on AliExpress, whatever price is the price you've paid. It's already taken care of. So we will go ahead and flip through. I guess we'll flip through this one, but this is the Bose. This is the Bose weeks. I did get the covers for these planners, and I will tell you about the A5 cover in just a second, but I did get the two Kinbor weeks, and they come with the cover that looks just like the Hobonichi cover. I mean, identical to the Hobonichi cover. And I really love them. They're like pretty good quality, and I love the way it feels. Oh, it just feels so nice. So I got the Bose, and it's got these beautiful pom-poms on the bottom. And I also picked up, I cannot remember... Okay, Kinbor and Brunch Brothers. So this is their kind of collab, and this is beautiful. I love it so much. And this is what the back of it looks like. I'm sorry because the cover, it's a little bit hard to see, but it's just like a train, and you got all these cute little characters on it. You have this little toast. I love this character so much. And on the side it says 2026, go on a spring outing. And this one also has the little pom-poms on the bottom. I forgot to mention this one has 2026 on the spine as well. It's in silver foil, and then this one's obviously in gold foil. So we'll go ahead and flip through. I guess we'll flip through this one. They're the exact same, this and this one. So starting out, you have this front cover with a bow. To shine, not be illuminated. So that is really pretty. And this one, when you open it, I'm obsessed. Look how stinking cute that is. And then this one just has the collab on it, but everything else is the same other than the front cover. So then you have your 2026 weekly, then you get the 2025, 2026, and then the 2027 calendar here. Just like in the Hobonichi. I should have brought my Hobonichi weeks with me. Let me go get that. Okay, so I brought my Hobonichi weeks. This is what their calendar looks like. So their like main yearly calendar is on the left side, and this one's on the right. But you still get, you know, the previous year and the year after. So that is the same. You just don't get this little section. I will tell you the reason I was really leaning towards the Kinbor is because of the white paper. This is significantly whiter than the Hobonichi weeks. I know this is because if you take it on the go or outside, it has something to do with the light, is why this is like a cream and this is white. So just know that when you go into this, it is white paper. This is my favorite part of the weeks, to be honest. I can't really show you too much of this because it's a little bit private. Right here is how their yearly section is broken up, and you don't get very much room to track, but I love the layout in the Kinbor. You get 4 months per page, and you get all this space. You could do extensive habit tracking. There's plenty of room to do a line a day or gratitude a day. You could do goals. You can do so much with these pages, and I feel like it gives you more room than what the Hobonichi Weeks does. Okay, so here is the weekly, and this does lay down. It just needs broken in, and especially when you get, towards your weeks, it's not really a big deal. No problem. Once it breaks in, and you can also, use a clip like this clampy if you wanted to, but that isn't a big deal to me. We'll get to that. So here is the monthly view, and I will go to January so you guys can see. This is December. So that is one thing. In the Hobonichi Weeks, you do get December in this book. And the Kinbor starts exactly in January. As you can tell, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is a little bit longer. I believe it's one box longer than the Hobonichi Weeks. The Hobonichi Weeks, you do get this bottom section down here, and you don't get as much room on the bottom as you do the weeks. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm stuttering all around today. So that is what the monthly looks like, and it's just like the Hobonichi Weeks. It goes all the way through the 12 months. And then what is also neat about the Kinbor is you get this little page. It's called Plan of a New Year. So this is where, if I use this, I'm intending to use for goals, like my 2026 goals. And then I thought it would be nice to do a monthly breakdown like this, where I write the goals for the month to help me succeed in completing my goals. So you can break it up into baby steps, or you could just do like a picture of the month, a highlight of the month. You could do this as like a photo collage. The options are literally endless for this page, but I love it. And then you go to your weeks. Another thing I absolutely love about the Kinbor is there are no quotes at the bottom. The quotes don't bother me. I usually, cover them with washi tape like this. The only thing that does bother me is I lose space in my weekly. So you have more space on the day in the Kinbor Weeks, and you also have the dots just like in the Hobonichi Weeks. I love this. I think this is very clean looking. And I really love this layout. Now you do get, this is what's a little bit strange about the Kinbor, but I will show you what I'm kind of planning to do. You do get these little icons. You also get the first week, and it'll say 2026. You get that all through there, which I think is helpful to know what week you're on. But you do get these icons. You have like a cup, like for water, like food, exercise, and then you have like a little roll of toilet paper, which I think is so funny. I don't really know what they expect you to do that, use that for, but I will show you the Tombow Mono correction tape. This right here, this brand matches so good with this Kinbor paper. You can't even tell. So like if you wanted to white these out, I really don't even think you'd be able to tell, but they don't bother me too bad. I'll probably just leave them. It's not a big deal to me. The only thing on this side that is different is you do get like a little bit of Japanese writing up here at the top, but you don't get anything down here, which is nice. You just have this tiny calendar down here, and you also have that in the weeks. The only difference on this page is this section that is kind of like sectioned off in the weeks is a little bit smaller. I believe it's 1 or 2 boxes smaller. I actually prefer that it's smaller because this is usually where I track either reading or I track, sometimes I track meals, sometimes I track my posting, like if I post on TikTok, YouTube, or So Be It, and I don't need such a huge space. So I actually like that it's tiny, or not tiny, but smaller, and you get more room on this section. So that is another plus for me. And you also get, the gray where it shows the months. So just like the weeks. Okay. I want to try to have this video not be forever long. So we're going to try to speed up here. You get all the way through December, It's obviously a 2026 planner. Then you get notes pages. You get 50 notes pages in the back of the Kinbor weeks. I don't have the regular Hobonichi weeks. I have the mega. I think you get 70 pages in the back. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me. But I think you do get like 20 more pages in the Hobonichi weeks, not the mega, but just the regular. So do keep that in mind. I will tell you what I'm planning to do if I use this as my planner. I am getting the little memo pads by Hobonichi that are meant to fit in the back of the Hobonichi weeks. They're the same size, so they will fit perfectly fine. And I'm just going to put them back here in this little pocket for scrap notes, meal plans, anything that I don't want in here long term is what I will use that for. And I'll talk more about that later. So you do get 50 and they're numbered as well. So that is so nice if you like to have an index. If I use this, this is where I'll do my collections and like monthly recaps, things like that. So as far as extra pages in the back, you get a schedule. So if you are someone who has a pretty, same rigid schedule every single week, this could be very helpful. There is a gift list. I really love this 21 days plan, or 21 days plan. I don't think I would use this for like a day, but if you wanted to track something that was coming up in the month and you wanted a day by day, to-do list for that goal, that would be fun. I'm sure I'll come up with something else for this page, not quite sure yet. Then you have a favorites page, and I really love this page. This is so fun. Then you get things that are in Chinese, Japanese, whatever this is. I did do a little bit of a pen test on this, and I decided I do want to go ahead and do it on an actual page like this. I feel like it'll be easier to see, but I was anxious to see how my pens would do. Don't mind this. I had an ink spill, like my actual ink plopped onto the page, so ignore that. But we will do a full pen test page. You have these really pretty illustrations. Don't know what they mean because I can't read them, but then you have this sort of ruler. Then you have a Kinbor logo, and then you have the back. So without the clear cover, this does come with a pocket right here. So you technically have 1, 2, 3 pockets if you have a clear cover. So that is the Kinbor weeks. We're going to flip through the A5 and then we'll do our pen test. This is the Kinbor A5. I'm so excited about this one because if you watched my last video, I love my Hobonichi cousin so much, but I do not love the weekly. Vertical is just not for me, and the Kinbor is perfect for that reason. So I got the black. They have different cover designs, but I really enjoy putting vinyl decals and stuff on mine. So it's just black. It comes with these 2 ribbons, which is really, really nice. It just says Kinbor. When you open it up, it's a little bit shiny. It's got like a shiny material, which is fun. When you open it, it says 2026 Techo. Here is the monthly. So again, it's on the right. It's the same as the weeks. All these front pages are the exact same as the weeks. They are just, in a bigger size for the A5. In the cousin, you do get a section like this, but it's not near as big. I will show you. Let me get my cousin. Here's my cousin, and if anybody is wondering what clear cover will go over this, the Midori Codex One Day One Page, the one they recommend for the Hobonichi cousin, fits perfectly on this Kinbor A5. I tested it. I'm so excited. I'm wanting to order another Codex cover, and it is stunning. It looks gorgeous. So if you do want a clear cover, the Codex does fit. So this is the Hobonichi's calendar, and then, excuse me. This is the Hobonichi's calendar against the Kinbor's calendar. This is what I was talking about, the pages. Do you see how much more room you get on the Kinbor, this would be perfect for a line a day because you do have such a big space. So they have 3 months, you know, per page, and then the Kinbor has 2 months per page. So I really like that. Here is the Kinbor monthly. This is January, and I will show you January and my cousin. Well, here's February, but same thing. So the boxes and everything these ones seem a little bit bigger, but what I like about the Kinbor is I feel like the grays are just so much more muted. Can you tell the difference between, you know, this and this? I just really love how clean the Kinbor looks. So you have the monthlies all the way through December, and then you get another one of these pages right here, the yearly plan. So again, you could do goals and then write out monthly goals. Here I'll probably do more like highlights of the month, and then maybe like a yearly collage of just some of my favorite photos. We'll see. But I love this page. I think it's so useful. And then we get to the monthly. So there are no weeklies in the Kinbor, and there are in the cousin. So this is the cousin weeklies. I'm going to show you what a blank month looks like. Also, the Kinbor is completely gray. It's all gray, and I love that. The colors don't bother me in the cousin, but I just do love that it is so neutral. So this page, you don't get anything. It is completely blank. On this page, which would be considered the monthly page, has lines. So that's pretty neat. And this is what the dailies look like compared to each other. So you don't have the little squares up here. You do have, you know, January 1st. January 1st. 1 January, and then the 1st, it says Thursday, and then you have your spread. So it does have a timeline. It goes way longer than the cousin does. Let me try to scoot this over. So it does have a timeline. It goes longer than the cousin. It has just the faintest line here. I mean, very faint, so you could completely ignore it if you wanted to. And again, no quotes, so you do get more room at the bottom, and you do get a little calendar. So that is the cousin compared to the Kinbor. And it's just like that all the way through. There's no weeklies. In the back, man, I love this. It just feels so nice. It's very thin. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the Kinbor weeks, everybody knows that the Hobonichi has 52 GSM paper. Very thin. You can hear that? Okay. The Kinbor weeks, only in the weeks, is 78 GSM this year. Still very thin, but not as thin as the weeks paper. But in the Kinbor A5 and the A6s, they are 52 GSM paper. So here is my weeks. Oh, I have 2 pages. And here is the Kinbor. Very, very similar. Same GSM of paper. So this is 52, and then the weeks is 78. So I know a lot of people were upset about that, but it doesn't really bother me that it's a little bit thicker in the weeks. I do love that it's still 52 GSM in the A5. And back here, you end up getting 17 notes pages. So that is a good amount of notes pages in the back. That's way more than the cousin. You don't get any notes pages, but like 4 in the Hobonichi cousin, and they're dot grid. So, ooh, everything's falling out. I'm sorry. So yeah, you get like 4 grid pages back here. So you do get way more notes pages with the Kinbor. Then you get a schedule just like in the weeks. You get a gift list. You get the 21-day plan. And you get your favorites page. And then you get the same information. Map of China. Again, I did do a little bit of a testing here, but we'll do a full test page on the back where you can see it better. And yeah, that is it. That is the entire Kinbor A5. I love this one so, so much. So now for the pen test. I have a few pens that I'm going to test out. I'm really excited to show you guys the pen test. I'm going to pull out a few different tools. We'll use this one. Let's see. There's my 0.4. Okay, so these are the pens I'm going to test, and I'm also going to test an ink for those who love to stamp. This is chalk ink in Midnight Black, and I'm going to use this wooden stamp. I have 3 Tombos. I have the 076, 192, and 933. Then I try to grab some of my darker mild liner, so I have these 3 that I'm going to pen test. Then I have my Pentel Energel 0.4. This is a Pentel Energel 0.3. I just have it in this Uniball 1 body. I have the Muji 0.38, the Tombow Fudenosuke, if that's how you say that, brush pen. This is the hard tip. I have 2 Crayola Super Tips, and I'm going to be testing 2 fountain pens. I'm going to be using my Pilot Kakuno in Extra Fine, and I'm also going to be using my Mahjong A2, and this has Hongdian black ink in it, so I feel like that's a good little selection. I will go to the very back page and we'll speed up and do a pen test. Okay, so I just did the pen test. I forgot to show the Tombow on camera, and I did the weeks off camera. Here we go. This is the pen test for the A5. I did the Pentel Energel 0.4, Pentel Energel 0.3, the Muji 0.38, the Pilot Kakuno Extra Fine, Mahjong A2 Extra Fine, and I forgot to write that this ink is Hongdian Black. Tombow Hard Tip, Crayola Super Tips. These first 3 are the Tombow brush pens. These last 3 are the mild liners, and this is the stamp with the Versa Magic ink. So I will show you guys up close. The fountain pens did very, very well. I don't know if you can see, there is like no feathering. And this is the result. The only little bit of bleed through we have is right here at the end of the teal and the purple mild liner, but everything else is good to go. No bleed through whatsoever, just, you know, the shadowing that is normal for, you know, this type of paper, Tomoe River, or, you know, the 52 GSM paper, I should say. And everything was very smooth, very beautiful. I love how everything was written, and there is absolutely no feathering in the fountain pens, which is fantastic. So let's show the weeks and compare. Again, this is 78 GSM paper. This is 52. So I did the exact same thing as I did on the A5. I just had to cut these ones a little bit shorter. So here we are. So there is a little bit more bleed through on this one. So about the same bleed through, I would say, for the mild liners, just there at the end. There's just a bit of bleeding from the Pilot Kakuno, and it is filled with just the regular Pilot cartridge that it came with. But my Mahjong did perfect, like phenomenal with the Hongdian black ink. Nothing. There is no bleed, and even when I was writing with it, I'll show you over here. The Pilot was trying to feather. I don't know if you can tell, but it was feathering, but the Mahjong just was like butter. So that did amazing. The Crayola tips did perfect. And I was really shocked about the stamp. I really pressed really hard on the stamp, and it did phenomenal. I love that because I love using stamps. Right here, I don't know if you can tell right there, there's just Seems like just a little bit of dots right there under the hard tip, like where I wrote hard on the Tombow, but there's nothing on the cursive, which is strange to me. My Tombow is getting a little bit old. I'm going to actually rewrite Tombow with this brand new Fudenosuke. So let's just write this again and see. This is the exact same pen, by the way, but you can tell with the thickness that that thing's been going strong for literally years at this point. So it's actually time to switch to this one. So let's try, see what that looks like. Okay, so I think it's just my old pen, because I've had this for a long time and it's like really at the end and there is no like brush part of it. It's just like a big nib basically now. So when I wrote with the brand new pen, there is no bleed. So I am personally so happy with the paper. Like, I think the paper, especially in the A5, is phenomenal, and I'm really happy with my Weeks as well. I don't really use a fountain pen in my Weeks, but if I do, I actually do use the Mahjong capless. So again, the ink that bled through was the Pilot ink, and then the Hongdian ink did perfect. So I'm really happy with that pen test, to be honest. I wouldn't say there's any more ghosting than what there is on a Hobonichi Weeks. So here's my Weeks, my like pen tests. And again, even on here, it's not as bad, but you can see there's the exact same brown, and there it was like trying to bleed just a little bit. So do with that information what you will, but I'm really pleased with that. Actually, I did it on the back where the schedule is, because there is no schedule in my life whatsoever with children, so that's why I did the pen test on the back of the schedule page personally. I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any other questions about these planners at all, please feel free to leave your comments and I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But I'm really happy with these purchases, especially for the price point. I feel like you can't beat the quality for what you are paying. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.